Well, hello and welcome people of the internet to Dark Hunting Ground as part of our Steam Next Fest coverage. This is a sweet one. If you like systems, this game is going to be for you. If you don't like systems, you might want to learn how to like systems. So, Dark Hunting Ground. This is an action RPG roguelite. Basically, it's like if you took Diablo, shrunk it way down to like 0.5% of what it actually is in terms of like style and not necessarily substance, but make it super minimal, super compact. Everything that you need is on this one little island, and you stuff it all into a roguelite. You get Dark Hunting Ground. So as far as our character, I'm playing the warrior class. There are 5 different classes, and this one is mine, and I shall call him mine. There's also a rogue style character. There's a summoner, a caster, and an archer, and you can freely swap whenever you want. But right now, I want it to be like a tanky archer. I have a few different abilities, so I have a slash. I have a kind of a, what is it? A sword chi or ki, a ranged ability, and then we have a dash. So before we talk about any of the systems, let's actually go ahead, jump into an actual mission so you can see what combat is like, get an idea of it, and then we can talk about the systems and how they kind of apply to the gameplay. So we talk to this mage right here, and then we choose our hunting mission. So this is almost, to be fair, I haven't played like almost any Diablo, so I don't know if this is in Diablo, but I will refer to this as kind of the Monster Hunter world, or Monster Hunter just in general system, where you have different levels of missions. So currently I'm on 3 stars of, there are 3 skulls of difficulty, and ultimately the hunting target is like your final boss, like who are you going to fight, and then what rewards you get. So you have these diamonds, which will be for unlocking, there's a lot of systems, remember, I'm trying to remember all these. This is going to be for our cultivation tree, which is going to give us some more resources. We have experience, which is going to level up our character, which is going to, when we get more levels, give us talent points, which we can spend in skill trees. And then we have the green diamonds, which is just a higher tier version of the white diamond. I'm going to go for experience here because if we get one more level up, I'm going to be able to pick like a subclass. So hopefully we can take out this guy, and then we depart. We'll make our way into the portal, and hopefully we can get a win here. Alright, so basically as we go, enemies are going to be spawning, and we're going to be killing. That's pretty much the name of the game here. Now, our projectile attack here does use mana. Mana you can see down in the bottom left corner. It is regenerating, and that's part of some equipment that I have on me. Typically, I don't, but it might regenerate. I think it might be at a slow speed. It's been a little while since I actually played, and I've been playing a whole bunch thanks to the Steam Next Fest, so I'm going to have to kind of remember some of the finer details that are going on here. But enemies are just going to keep coming in waves, and you can see up at the top of the screen there is a bar, and once that bar fills up, we're going to be able to fight that boss that we selected earlier to hopefully complete the dungeon. And along the way, there is a lot of loot, so if you are a looter type person, an enjoyer, a fan of loot as it were, you're going to be right at home. Now, it might seem, for the most part, that, you know, oh, okay. You might think that it looks a little easy. Bosses can be very challenging. Let's pick up that Star Chaser. Just like with any, you know, any dungeon or action roguelite, you know, the trash is not the challenge, it's the bosses. All right, here we go. Hungry boy. Let's get him down. Hit him with a few range attacks. We'll build up some fury. So we have different buffs and stuff in the top left. Right now, mine is fury. So once I get 10 stacks of fury, it gives me an additional melee attack. But I do also have an ability that is also giving me an extra attack. So the fury is actually bringing me up to 3 attacks, which is why we did so much damage. Now, smell is one of the things that we're looking to pick up. So we have these indicators right down here, our hunting progress. We have Eternal Frost Eye, 2 out of 4, and Chaos Avatar. Chaos Avatar is the overall goal that we're reaching for. Right now, my current goal is Eternal Frost Eye. In order to fight Eternal Frost Eye, I need to get 4 smells. So this is going to bring us up to 3 smells. Once I get 4, then I'm going to be able to do a special hunting mission and fight the Frost Eye. To get to the Chaos Avatar, I have to complete 4 hunting missions. So once I complete Eternal Frost Eye, that will bring Chaos Avatar to 2 out of 4. then we can go ahead and exit the dungeon. There we go. Easy enough, huh? Only a minute 41. Not too bad. We get 30,000 experience. Let's receive our reward. And look at that, all the way up to level 18. Wow. And if you lose track of what you have to do, a lot of that stuff is going to be up here. This is kind of your quest log up here on the top right. So now they have an idea of just kind of like how a dungeon works, because for the most part, all the dungeons are kind of the same thing you would expect, right? So the platform is going to be randomly generated. Sometimes you have a really small platform. Sometimes you have a really large platform. You kind of just got to you got to take the hand that's dealt to you and play with it. And then, of course, you can just choose what bosses you want to fight, learn the bosses, learn how they fight, which ones are going to be easiest for your class, and ultimately go from there. Now let's talk about some of the systems here. So first, let's take a look at our talent tree, because I think this is the thing that most players are going to be most familiar with. This is a talent tree that I really like. So one of the things that I've talked about in other videos recently is how I feel like talent trees are starting to become less like trees and more just becoming like webs, where you take one and then you take the next and then you take the next. This doesn't have quite as much of a tree element as I would like, but it's getting there. So basically, so we can spec into any class we want at any time. You can see here, I still have 4 points available for the rogue, for the archer, for the caster, and for the summoner. I just haven't built into them yet because I'm kind of focusing here on the warrior pathway. So you can see here, once we get to 15 points, we can assign our first core talent, which I don't even know. Oh, right here. So we can click on it. I can't select it yet, but these are kind of basically like, I would call them subclasses, but they're basically bonuses. You can either go for, let's see, it looks like maybe like a berserker build, maximum fury. So this is like a multi-attack build or a tank build. I'm looking to go the more tanky route, so I'm probably going to be going heavy armor. And basically, you just put points into your talent into your talents, and then eventually, once you put in enough points, it'll open up the next tier and the next tier. Some of them you have to spec into them to get the next one. So, for example, if I want this 1 plus 4% damage reduction, I would need to put 3 points into this 2 damage reduction, which I think we might end up doing here. I was going for crit rate because that's a lot of crit damage, so I think I'm actually going to proceed there. 15 talent points have been assigned to the warrior pathway. Nice. So we can go ahead and open this up. Damage reduction, block reduce, normal defense, elemental defense, or do we want to go for more max life? Let's see, 10% more max life. Melee attacks at 25% of the max life to... Oh, that's pretty good, actually. That's a lot of damage. We should probably just go for that, actually. Let's see. So our max life right now is 314. Plus 200 brings us to 514. 10% of that is what? 51. So it adds, but it adds 25% of wait, no. Hang on. You go to 515, 10% of that is 50, so you go to 560. You add 25% of that to base normal damage, which is what, 125, 140? So you had 140? That's a lot of damage. All right, I lied. We're taking that. Can I swap? Oh, we can swap anytime. Perfect. That is fantastic. Love it when you can do that. No respec cost. And then, yeah, so we're going to go crit rate, then we're going to go crit rate and crit damage. And then we have 1 more point to spend. Let's go ahead and do... Let's start going into the damage reduction, I think. Or maybe... No, I was going to go for... I think I was going for block rate. Now let's go for damage reduction. So you can see there the next tier of power-up, or the next tier of talents just opened up. And then once we get 15 more points, we can go ahead and spec again into one of these, which, you know, that's a lot of text. You can read it at your own leisure. And let's take a look at one more just so you can see. I feel like maybe people are going to want to look at maybe Summoner. Like, what does Summoner do? Multi-summoning, domination for more summon damage, summon skill speed, summon movement, recover 50. You know what? I'm just going to click the other ones. And, you know, you can pause and read them if you would like to. Just the first spec there. There we go. So that's the talent tree. Pretty cool system. I like that it goes back to like that kind of more like older school style of talent trees, which is something that I've been missing recently. We also have, okay, so this is how we can modify our skills. This is a very minimal game where each class has very minimal skills. In fact, there are 3. So you have your basic attack, your special attack, and your dash. And then what you can do is you can come over here to your statue. And for each of these, basically, this is the same system we just saw, but it's just turned vertically. This basically allows you to put, I believe they're called slates. There's a whole bunch. So these right here, you can put them into your skills to basically modify these. Skill power for right here, I have on the right side, each 1 point of power increases 20 basic normal damage. So all these skill powers are increasing the power of my slashes. Let's see, and then the multiple attack. So this is why I'm starting with a multiple attack. It does deal less damage, but we're boosting our damage so much it doesn't really matter. And then you can see midway through the left side, gain 1 stack of Fury when cast. Every 10 stacks of Fury adds the number of melee attacks by 1. So that's bringing us to 3 attacks. So basically we have to unlock these as we progress through. I haven't figured out the dash one yet. Because basically I'm assuming, or I haven't been completely sure of the fact, like, if certain things only modify the ability that they're on, like, there's no reason for me to have, like, skill. Oh, wait, each 1 point of power increases 2% basic cooldown and recover. Okay, so that's something that I apparently didn't read before. Dash forward, increase your melee's critical rate by 21 for 3 seconds. Okay, so I didn't even hover over this to read, so there's actually a lot of benefit to putting stuff there, so I should look into that. So yeah, there's that. You can unlock more slots and then of course make your abilities more powerful, and then you can slot all these in, which of course you can pick up. Some of these are what we picked up while we were fighting enemies in there. So there's that, and each different statue here has their own tree here. In order to learn them, you do have to spend these what are they, souls? This isn't smell, I don't think, but basically souls, or void breath. Okay, so void breath is a currency that we use over here at this tree. Well, not this. This is carrying power. So carrying power, this is like your typical meta progression that we're seeing now. This is kind of that tree that I'm not well, tree or web. It's just a different graphic version of it. The one that I'm not so much of a fan of, but the fact that this is just in addition, totally okay with. Gonna be honest, I don't remember how to get spirit, but you can increase your maximum spirit so that way you don't overcap. And then you just use your spirit to level these up. And these are kind of, you know, the typical benefits that you would expect to see in a roguelite, or that we do expect to see now. We also have this cultivation tree. So this is one of those trees that I was talking about, where I was talking about the void crystals here. This is ways for us to get additional relic slots, and we'll take a look at relics here in a second. We get maximum spirit power, so that is that resource right over here. And then the other one here is you can get additional talent points from here. You can also, there's one more thing you can do, additional skill slots. So skill slots, what were skill slots again? Skill slots were, what were skill slots? Oh, I think skill slots was this. So I think when you start, you can only have one of these equipped at a time, I think, because there's only 2 here. So I think that's what it is. So you do have to unlock the ability to have a special attack and a dash. But yeah, you have this, and you can level this up so you can get a whole bunch of extra max spirit power. You can get a whole bunch of extra talent points here. And there are some additional costs here in the other void crystals. But that is that tree. We then, I'm going to save you for last because you're the most complex. We have this guy over here. So this is the hunting master that we were talking about. So this is the, what is it? The elemental frost eye. This is the one we're hunting. So we need to do one, need to get one more spell to get this guy. Then we can fight this boss. And then we're working our way up to the chaos avatar. Gives us a bunch of rewards, and we only have one of these complete. We completed the destruction corpse, which honestly, this one you can kind of cheese it, the way his attack pattern is. But yeah, I haven't fought this guy yet, obviously. We have this guy up here, which is our potion man. So we do have a potion which does regenerate. You basically have infinite potions. It's just on cooldown. And the way I assume that it works, I haven't figured this out yet because I haven't got research progress to full. I believe that once we get the research progress up to 100%, it's going to unlock another slot here, so I can put another one of these benefits on the potion. There was a little bit of like warning when you first get into the system, because it's like, oh, if you change something, it's going to reset your research progress. So I haven't changed this yet. Except for at the very beginning, where when you start, it actually starts with restore 40 life per second. I did take that off and got just the restore 160 life immediately. So yeah, a couple more fights, we'll get this to 100%, and then we can see exactly. I'm assuming it's going to unlock another slot, and I'm assuming that I can also get more benefits in the future. So that would be pretty good. Yeah, test dummy up here, which is just a test dummy. This guy. Oh, this is the merchant. You can buy some stuff from him. At some point, there's going to be ways to unlock stuff. I don't know how to unlock. I'm assuming this might be like selling stuff. I'm not sure how to unlock other areas, but this, every time you come back from a mission, will reset. Sometimes he has really good stuff and it's expensive, and then sometimes you just have stuff that maybe you want to pick up, maybe you don't. And then lastly, we come to this guy. This is, if you like gear, if you like theory crafting, if you like forging your gear, making the best gear possible, you are going to love the Craftsman. This is where I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit out of my depth, but I know from footage I've seen of people I've watched play action RPGs that this is a like beloved thing to do for people to do, to just min-max their game. So there's a few things we can do. We can make things. So here in Relics, we can, first, before we go into here, one more menu I want to look at here. This is where we can equip relics. You can also see all of your stats here. And relics, the one thing I haven't figured out yet is, like, because there are skills down here, I'm not sure if these are just here to show them or if, like, these relics affect this one, because there are some relics. Let me see if I can find one here real quick. There are some relics that I think applied, like, a certain amount of specific damage to something. So, for example, when the projectile hits the enemy, I may be reading too much into this, but to me, this reads like it should be attached to a projectile ability. Like I said, might be reading too much into this, but if that's the case, do I put it here in the center column because that aligns with this, but then your projectile loses out one relic slot? So I'm not exactly sure. Again, might be looking into too much into that, but so these are relics, and you can have 8 of them at a time. So now that we know what relics are, we can go back to a craftsman. We take a look at this. So we can make our own relics. There are different rarities. Rarities are obviously going to increase how good it is, but also give random affixes. They're going to cost a little bit more to make if you want to make a rare one. We have slates, which we saw. Slates you can apply to your weapon skills, and you can of course make common or rare, and then you have to use the void crystals to make them. And then we have cores, and cores I have not gotten to yet. I haven't unlocked these, so I don't exactly know what they are for. But yeah, that system is there. There is a transform system. So if we wanted to, we can go ahead and pop in. Let's say we don't like the anything on here on this persecution. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's going to bring up the quality and then all the abilities. So it's going to show not only what rarity it is, how strong it is, but what range it can be. So we can't really increase this maximum mana. We can increase the chill effect here if we wanted to. Or what we could do, because let's look at our options here. We have recast, randomly change all unlocked affixes, because we can lock some of these. However, it's going to make the cost a little bit more expensive, right? We have 0, 1, 500, then we have 0, 1, 100, but this is now white instead of green. So if you want to, for example, reroll the chill effect and dodge rate, but you want to keep the max mana, it's going to cost you a little bit more to recast it. We also have the refine to randomly change the quality of an unlocked affix. So if you don't like the normal rarity, you can go ahead and increase that to the green, then the purple, and then I think purple's the highest we can go. We also have carve, so we can change the value. So we can also change this orange number, which you can see here dodges as high as it can go already. Max mana, same thing. The chill effect, if for whatever reason we wanted to get that up to 15, we could do that with carve. And then we can also restore it. I think restoring probably just brings it back to normal or something. I don't know. We have, oh my goodness, what is this? Select the affix you want to be reminded. So I guess maybe if we automatically reminder for modified affixes for the following qualities. Oh my. Okay, that's a whole menu you guys can mess with. And then we have enhance. So select the item to be transformed. Successfully enhance will improve the quality of the item. So if we wanted to, purple is the highest. So if we wanted to turn this persecution into a purple persecution, pop this in, spend a red. There's a 20% success rate that it will go up to epic. And then obviously there is a 5%, or this will increase every time. This is a system that I remember watching a whole bunch with Lost Ark players, this kind of thing. So I'm sure a lot of you guys who like this style of game will be used to that. And then there's one more tab, but it is locked and I am not familiar with it, or I don't actually know what it's going to be. There's also a chest up here if you want to store some stuff. I'm not sure. Well, I guess there's limited capacity on our character here, so obviously I haven't hit that. But when you do, there's a million tabs here. So if you like a lot of gear, you can store all your stuff, but of course you're going to have to spend some of these void breaths. And with that being said, oh boy, that is all the systems, at least so far, that I have unlocked. Let's go ahead and do another mission here, because then once we get that done, let's go ahead and do the big stone ball. Now, once we get this done, we'll be able to then do the elemental and try out a boss fight. An actual boss fight, not like a little baby elite fight. That being said, I should probably, now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably increase my dash before that boss fight, because there are benefits to it. I didn't realize that they were actual passive abilities. I thought it was literally just a dash. But I guess that's why we read, huh? Oh, we are hitting... Oh, wow, wait. We are hitting big damage now, actually. Our damage... I don't remember what our damage was before. You guys can pause and go back to compare. Because remember, we have that additional health now, and then we have the additional damage from our health. But I think our damage is way higher. I mean, it should be, right? We got a big bonus there. Alright, and here's Stone Ball. So he's going to keep rolling at us. He's also going to do these punching attacks, which we got to be careful of. First, going to roll into us. Let's keep attacking here. We dash to get our crit rate up, which we can see right up here. It kind of just vanished there for a second. So that's not bad. With how many physical attacks we're doing, we're going to get this guy down in no time. There we go. All right, we'll collect those items, get the last smell we need. Now we're up to 4, so we can go ahead and head back here. Big Stone Ball is defeated. We get 9,000 Void Breath. We receive our reward. And first of all, let's go ahead and go to this guy. I didn't expect that the Void Field also had an effect on the Factor, which is somewhat different from the prediction. Thank you for collecting these data. I have promoted my research. I will make a stronger potion for you. Flask level increased to 2. The available potency has increased, and it looks like we also have some new stuff here. So let's take a look here. And, okay, so now I want to double check here. Yes. Okay, so the research progress is going to open up these like I thought, and we can swap these at any time. So it looks like the potency of these has also increased, which is really cool. And then we have some other stuff. So we have movement speed, reduced damage taken. That's a whole bunch of extra damage. Holy crap, we're taking that. So now our potions can be a little bit more offensive. So if you're someone who maybe you got a like really tanky build, or maybe you have some like HP regen or something, and you don't actually need the restore, you could just go for like skill speed and damage. You could go for just an offensive potion, which is really cool. And again, our cooldown time is only 8 seconds, so while I wasn't using it to heal, I might just use this a little bit more proactively to get a little bit more damage out of us. And then we can head over to this guy. Enough smell has been collected, and the location of the prey has been locked. Here we go, Eternal Frost Eye. So now we can go over to our shepherd here. And initially we were in this hunting mission. This is where we were. We can go over to special hunting, and if you don't have anything to hunt, there's going to be nothing over here. But for us, this is here. Let's really quick open up. Yeah, this. We're going to go to dash here. So dash forward, increase your melee crit chance. Each 1 point of power increases 2% basic skill cooldown recovery. Each 1 point of power increases basic buff effects. Okay, so what can we put on us here? There's skill power. Hits an enemy, inflict poison on the enemy. The duration of the poison generated by this word skill is increased by poison. Let's see. Skill power. Oh, wait. That's pretty good. Hang on. That's pretty good on this. Yeah, I don't need Fury there. So we can get multiple projectiles. So that way this shoots multiple. It does less damage. 50% less damage, but if all 3 hit, that's 150% damage. Each point of power restores... Yeah, okay, so I was getting cooldown reduction, and I'm getting a little bit of heal here from this treat. So let's look. Mana draw. Support skill no longer consumes mana when support skill hits an enemy. Yeah, so something like this, it would just be for the skill power. When using an amplified melee skill, if there's no enemy, but this wouldn't be amplifying a melee skill. Support skill affect range, more power, don't care about. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't really put anything on the dash, because it doesn't seem like there's anything that truly affects it. Support and non-summoning skills can be charged and released. Charging can increase the skill range damage. Ooh. So, support and non-summoning skills. So does that mean that this applies to everything? It also just increases normal damage. Either way, I'm going to put it on. And then... yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So I'm just going to go for something with skill power. Just to overall increase this. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it does look like charge only applies this. I like the fact that it literally just changes the left side, so it tells you exactly what the skill is doing now. I guess you can charge further. Right? So if we go over here... skills really... let's see. When skills released... yeah, okay. So what I was saying is that the charge is only applied to this. The way it's worded made me think that maybe there was a chance it applies to everything, but it does not. So now that being said, let's go ahead and take on the Eternal Frost Eye. Oh, here we go. Big boy, big boy. All right, let's go ahead and get our crit rate up. Let's go ahead and get our damage up as well. We'll pop a potion. Make our way around. I think we got a debuff on us. We're chilled. Oh, okay. Make our way up. Come on, up and around. Nice. That's okay. We got a ton of damage reduction, and we can pop a potion again to heal the full. And we get some additional damage. We keep dashing for more crit rate. And what is chill doing? Next time I get hit with chill, I'm going to read that cooldown real quick. Pop another potion. Chill. Decrease skill speed and movement speed. Okay. I think that's fine. We have enough damage reduction and we have enough potions. We should be... yeah, we're super good here. Oh, nope. Get out of the beam. Pop a potion. Get some more damage. Yeah, this guy doesn't have enough damage to kill us. We're just slashing him with all kinds of melee attacks. Keep getting these beams in. These sword slashes. Pop another potion for more damage. Keep her going. Almost down. Almost dead. Okay, we got another 2 seconds, and we can pop another potion. Great, more damage. Nice. Down he goes. So let's pick up the slate. Let's pick up the relic. Let's pick up all these things. Slate pure. Nice. We, of course, need to get the chaos smell. That's the most important thing. And then that levels up the chaos avatar. And there we go. Eternal Frost Eye down. Not actually too bad. Our damage reduction was very useful there. If we didn't have that, that would have been a little bit tougher. So now we have unlocked the higher difficulty of 4. Monsters will drop new relics and monsters will drop new slates. So yeah, those are kind of like the threshold bosses, right? Every time you defeat a threshold boss, it's going to give you access to more difficulty and then more drops. And with more drops, obviously comes more features. So we could go ahead and we could talk to these different characters. I'm assuming this one probably unlocked another tier of like items that we can buy or something, but that is going to be for you guys to figure out, or more if you guys really like the video, really like the game, you want to see some more gameplay. I wouldn't mind playing a little bit more. This one's pretty fun. There are, like I said, systems galore. If you're someone who likes these systems or you're just used to them, right? I'm not someone who's played these action RPGs much in my lifetime, if really at all. In terms of percentage of games I've played, they are less than single-digit percentage. But this one is pretty cool, it seems like to me. There's a lot of good stuff here. But guys, let me know what you think down below in the comment section of Dark Hunting Ground. If you want to check out the game for yourself, there is a demo. Link will be down below in the description as always. The planned release date for this one is Q4 2024, although I don't know if that is a full release or an early access release. We'll just have to find out when it does come. Actually, you know what? I would assume it's a full release because the game is currently in 0.917 is the current patch. So I would assume we're going into full release. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, would you kindly smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action. But guys, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.